Today, we're diving into a really profound and ancient idea, the concept of the feminine as the absolute primary force behind all of creation. We're going to unpack what that actually means, moving way beyond simple biology and into the realm of cosmic philosophy.
Wow. I mean, that one sentence really sets the stage for our entire conversation, doesn't it? It frames the feminine not as, a counterpart, but as the fundamental source, the very origin point of everything we know. It's such a powerful idea, and it really asks us to rethink the whole nature of beginnings.
All right, so let's be super clear. When we talk about the feminine here, we are not just talking about gender. Not at all. We're talking about a universal principle, this creative energy that underpins reality itself. And in many traditions, this principle actually has a name. And that key term is Shakti, a word from Sanskrit. In a lot of Eastern philosophies, Shakti is this primordial dynamic force. See, it's not just a power, it's the power. The active, creative energy that brings the entire universe into being and keeps it all in motion. You could almost think of it as the engine of existence. And here's what makes this concept so amazing and so immediate. Shakti isn't seen as some far-off goddess sitting on a throne somewhere. No, the philosophy suggests this energy is literally woven into everything. The space between atoms, the cells in your body, the light from a distant star. It's both the artist and the art, all at once. Okay, so if this feminine energy is the source, how does it all work, right? How does pure, formless energy give rise to a universe filled with galaxies and planets and people? Let's take a look at the process as a kind of cosmic unfolding. This flow just presents such a beautiful, logical progression. It starts with pure potential. You can imagine it like a seed that holds an entire forest inside of it. Then, from that stillness comes vibration. The very first stirrings of creation, that primal sound or light, this vibration then leads to manifestation, which is where matter, time, and space finally emerge and take form. But, and this is so crucial, it doesn't just stop there. The final ongoing step is sustenance, that continuous energy that holds the whole universe together and keeps it from just collapsing. Now, to really wrap your head around what makes this spiritual view so unique, it's super helpful to contrast it with the more common materialist viewpoint. As you can see, on one side, you've got a universe born from a conscious creative source with purpose baked right in. On the other, you have a universe that began from a random, unconscious event where all this complexity comes from chance and physical laws. The point here isn't to say one's right and one's wrong, but to just see them as two fundamentally different ways of answering that huge question, where did all this come from? Okay, so this is all fascinating as a big cosmic theory, but what does it actually look like? Down here on Earth, how does this abstract power take real, tangible forms in the world that's all around us? This is exactly where the philosophy becomes personal and something you can actually observe. We're moving from the cosmic blueprint to the finished, living, breathing building. The idea is that once you know what to look for, you can start to see the signature of this creative force literally everywhere. And this just illustrates that idea perfectly. I mean, think about it. This creative force is seen in the raw fertility of the earth, its incredible ability to bring forth life. It's in the elegant, predictable laws of physics that give our reality its structure. It's in that sudden, internal flash of artistic inspiration or brilliant scientific insight that comes out of nowhere. And maybe most profoundly, it's expressed in our capacity for love and compassion, and in that unending cycle of birth, death, and rebirth that defines our entire existence. So, what's the big takeaway here? Why does this ancient framework for understanding creation still matter in our modern world? Let's dig into its relevance for us, right now, today. The real impact of this whole philosophy is that it can reframe our entire perspective. If the fundamental force of the universe is creative, nurturing, and connective, then maybe those are the true measures of power, instead of things like dominance or control. It suggests we aren't separate from the world at all, but that we're direct expressions of its creative impulse. This chart does a great job of visualizing that shift in perspective. Society often teaches us to see power mostly through that lens of outer authority, right? Things like job titles, wealth, that might make up, let's say, 45% of our focus. But this viewpoint suggests a much more balanced approach. It asks us to place huge value on our inner strength, our wisdom, our resilience, maybe that's 35%, and on our creative flow, that incredible ability to bring new things into the world, which would account for the final 20%. It's just a more whole, a more complete definition of what it truly means to be powerful.
And so we end with this question, and it's not really about finding a single right answer. It's about what the question itself opens up for us. If we start to operate from the assumption that the driving force of existence is generative and connective, what changes? How might we build our societies, our relationships, and our own lives differently? It's a really powerful thought to carry with you.